Welcome to another video on our YouTube channel, Rugby for Days. On this channel, we talk about rugby, we talk about squads, fixtures, games, stuff like that, players and positions, and also we will do reactions in the videos that we want to send out in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But we're so excited for the Rugby World Cup, and in this video, we're going to talk about New Zealand and the team they chose for this year's World Cup.
Yeah.
So let's quickly go through the team here. I got it here on my phone, and then we can just discuss what we think about it and
Sorry
the
for
shocking
any name butchering that might happen in this video. If
Yes.
you're triggered by it, please leave a comment, and we understand. But we are Safas trying to pronounce names, and
Yes,
it's actually funny that we will butcher some of these names, and then you guys butchering some of our names.
yes, like
Um,
Potgieter.
Yeah, like Potgieter
Yes.
and Labouche that's playing in the Ashes now. Labuskagni,
Yes.
we're sending our hearts out to you, man. We're
Yes.
sending our hearts out to you.
definitely. Okay, so let's actually start with the backs. Okay,
Yeah.
so Geordie Barrett, Ben Smith, Sevu Reece, George Bridge, Ricky Ioane, Jack Goodhue, Anton Leonard Brown, Ryan Crotty, Sonny Bill Williams, Bowden Barrett, Richie Mwanga, Aaron Smith, TJ Perenara, and Brad Weber.
Yeah.
Or Weber. I'm
Weber.
not Weber.
Weber.
I think it's
Yeah,
Weber.
but-
So yes, okay. So we have the three Barrett brothers
Yeah.
in the squad. I really think
Two of them
that's
in the back line.
two of them in the back line, yes, and then the lock, which got a red card in the rugby championship a couple of weeks ago. I think that's actually quite. Self-explanatory. They are really good rugby players. For me, still, Bowden Barrett is one of the best fly-offs in the world. Definitely. Still, and I know they want to play him at the back. You know, the combinations that they chose here for Richie Mwanga at 10 actually, and then Bowden Barrett at 15.
Yeah.
What do you think about that pairing?
So I strongly, out of the gates, the name I didn't hear is Ngani Lomape. And of course, this isn't the first time the squad has been released 2-3 days now. So people already reacted to certain things. And I still think it's a big shock that Lomape is not in the squad.
Oh yes,
And in,
totally.
in the article I wrote on our website, you can go see that they definitely plan to play Mwanga at 10. Otherwise,
Yes.
you would play Barrett and Lomape as centres.
Yes,
Because they played the Hurricanes together and they were so frightening duo.
yes,
Why would you not pick them still? And so that out of the gate is one thing that shows me that Barrett will probably be starting at 15,
yes.
which gives me excitement because Ben Smith then at the wing, but I would also like to see him some games at 15, and Barrett back at 10 in his position where he established himself. And so it's quite interesting to see what New Zealand's going to do. Nobody knows what to expect from them until that sheet is released.
That is
yeah.
true for the starting
Yeah.
lineup against
Yeah.
South Africa, of course.
Yeah.
The one thing for me that's very interesting, of course, Jody Barrett is a fly off. He's playing most of his rugby at fly off. Excuse me, fullback. Sorry, Bowden is fly off. Yeah, sorry, Jody Barrett is a fullback,
Yeah.
and then of course they have one of the best fullbacks in the world is Ben Smith
Playing at wing.
playing at wing. I don't know. I don't understand that. Like, I don't get that. I understand what they want to do because the last couple of games they played against Australia, in specifically, they played Richie Mwanga at 10 and Bowden, not
At 15,
Geordie,
yeah.
Bowden at 15. The reason I think they wanted to play them in that order is because if you see the attack going on the left-hand side and the fly-off is normally at the left, the receiver on the right-hand side would be the inside center or the outside center, which one they...
Depending on the play, yes.
Yes, exactly. Now, with the structure they are playing now, Bowden can just literally fall into place at the other side.
Yeah.
So if, let's say they play Richie Mohanga, of course, then inside center here would be Sonny Bill
Ryan Crotty.
or Ryan Crotty, which I
that'll be
think
the
is...
more secure choice, more
Yeah.
the more secure choice in being not the skillful but the bashing and the captain
Yes,
aspect because of his experience at Crusader level.
yes,
And
yes.
he also, I thought he had more taste than Sunny Bill, but turns out he has less taste than Sunny Bill.
At
Yeah,
at
New Zealand
international
level, at national level.
taste level, yeah.
And but I think still Ryan Crotty, solid player, all-round player.
Yes.
Not necessarily always as the X factor, but definitely a player worth watching still. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, so you think Ryan Crotty is going to start?
I think they're gonna start Sunnyball, but in my liking, I would like to see Ryan Crotty start next inside of Richie Mwanga.
Okay, so what will happen is it will be 10, which would be Richie Mwanga, as
Yeah.
we see
Yeah.
the names now.
Yeah.
So it would be Richie Mwanga at 10, 12 would be Sunnyball Williams,
Yeah.
13 would be Anton Leonard Brown. I think he's
Jack
going
Goodhue.
to.
It'll
Do you
be
think
Jack Goodhue?
Jack Goodhue?
will
Okay,
start once
wow.
again.
I would,
That enforces my Ryan Crotty decision, as Richie Mwanga, Ryan Crotty, Jack Goodhue is all Crusaders.
oh,
So
yes.
that establishes the why Ryan Crotty will start with the centre partner of the Crusaders.
Yes, of
And
course.
but
That
either
that
way,
makes sense.
Sunnyball. Let's say Sunnyball Jack Goodhue, because he has been starting the most tests,
Yes,
and with the exception of Anton Leonard Brown, then also.
of course.
Yeah.
So what would happen is if they play it like that. So
Yeah.
let's say then 10 Richie Monga, 12 Sunny Bull, and then 13
Yeah.
Jack Goodhue. Then what would happen is on the wings, of course, would be probably Ioane and Severis. That would for me be the starting
That will be
wingers
the starting.
at,
That will
the,
probably
at
be
the
the
moment.
starting. Yeah.
So what would happen is, let's say we have a typical scrum in the middle or in the center of the field.
Yeah.
You can always get Bowden actually on the opposite side of Manga.
Yeah.
So what would happen is they have basically two attacking fly-offs. That's literally what New Zealand is aiming at. That from my
Two
perspective.
playmakers.
Two playmakers. They have two playmakers exactly from a base of a rock or even of a scrum, a set
Yeah,
piece
it-
play.
Yeah.
So what would happen there would be actually so difficult to defend. You have one of the fastest players in the rugby at the
And
moment
other one
is
Bowden Barrett. No, I'm
That-
joking.
that's
Barrett,
it.
you are one of the fastest players in
He's a-
rugby.
yeah, he's really one of the fastest players in rugby. You got me there. He's one of the fastest players in rugby, and I really think with that attack, if you
Yeah.
get Bowden Barrett and then let's say Severis on a right-hand side of a scrum, a set piece,
Yeah.
how are you gonna defend it? Let's say even against South Africa, I mean, Faf would have to run. I mean, like literally to defend it, and this is
Jack
just
Russell style. So like a
yeah,
Jack
like
Russell
a Jack
style.
Russell style, you know, and that's why like this is just compliments to
Yeah.
the New Zealand.
Yeah.
The way they are picking their players is intentionally. The one thing I can't understand is a player like Sonny Bull playing in front of Lamape.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I understand why they are playing pairs
Yeah.
like Ryan Crotty or Jack Goodhue. You understand that. Of course, you want pairs. That's
Yeah.
why I think who played for them a couple of years back and also this year, Sapuwanga.
Yeah.
Sapuwanga at fly off, and then of course the 9 and 10 pairing was
Smith.
was
Or-
Smith,
Aaron
yes,
Smith.
because they played with the Islanders together, and I think that was a good pairing.
Yeah.
And what I
It
really
always,
think,
it always because it brings calmness and brings composure, because it's just it's muscle memory.
yes,
Because if as Aaron Smith passed to Lima Supaga, it's routine. It
Yes.
happens every day at practice. It happens every time game time. So it gives you calmness. It gives you routine.
yes,
And I think that's why New Zealand was so successful for so long.
mm,
And I definitely get what you're saying about two receivers. But what does it take away from Ben Smith playing him on wing then? Or if he's going to play at all? Because the last couple of times I've seen Jordy Barrett playing, he was at 14. So
Yeah,
definitely
that's
the
actually
backline will
true.
be structured as Aaron Smith, TJ Pernard, depending on how fast and how they want to attack or what they want to control, who's going to start there. Richie Mong will probably start at 10.
yes,
In the well, I actually think this will be the backline in against South Africa. Is that Aaron Smith will start, Bowden Barrett will start at 10. They'll give Sonny Bill a run. They'll put Jack Goodhue outside of him, Rico Ioane on the one wing, Severis on the other wing, and actually put like someone like Jordy Barrett or Ben Smith at fullback. That's
Okay.
actually what I think. I think they're gonna go back to the old stuff, not because of panic, but because of the experiment not working so successfully as they wanted it to. They're actually going to go back to that, and that's my prediction.
Okay.
Against South Africa.
So you think Bowden's going to start at the bench?
No, Bowden is going to start at 10. Bowden
At
will start
10?
Richie
Ah.
Wong will come up from the bench,
Okay.
and with probably someone like Angelina Brown off the bench as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I really think the shock was coming in from Ryan Crotty and Sonny Bull. I understand why they are picking older players with more experience behind them. I understand that. But if you have a player like Lomape, which is an exciting player, I mean, really, I'm not even a Hurricanes supporter, but exciting player. Not getting him into the team, picking a player like Sonny Bull, I don't understand that quite well because
in his own regards, Sunnyball has 14 out of 14 wins in World Cup. Granted.
yes,
Yeah,
granted that
but history doesn't matter when you walk onto the field.
it doesn't. It doesn't. It does have a probability to it. Of
Yeah,
course, there is a
yes,
probability.
ability.
I mean, I'm not kidding. I'm not even bashing it at all. New Zealand still, for me, has the best chance to win the World Cup.
Cup.
I mean that for certain.
Yeah.
But what I think what they did wrong here is um, picking the old dogs.
Yeah.
You know that for me, I don't get it because now you literally giving a player
Yeah.
that is playing so well another 4 years.
Mm.
You're literally putting him on the bench for 4 years,
Yeah.
not playing in a World Cup
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Because Sonny Bill is not gonna last another
Yeah,
4 years.
I
He's
was
he's
gonna say,
literally
yeah.
on his end now. He's
He's
probably going
32 years old.
to France or a place.
Gonna go box again. We don't know.
We don't understand. We don't know actually.
So
But,
yeah,
we'll see what
just
happens.
On that topic, because Lomope is young. I think he's at 24, 25. So you
Yeah.
know, he at least has 2 more World Cups in him
Yes.
after this one.
Yes.
So that gives you 3 World Cups. Yes, Sonny Bill is on his 3rd World Cup.
Yes.
So that might sound hypocritical, but who says Lomope will even be the best centre next time?
Yes.
So
No,
now
that's
you,
true.
you're denying him that World Cup experience on his form, on his best form.
Yes.
And you know, you risk the chance of never playing him. Might he go down as one of the best players never to play in a World Cup? I think yes, he can. And
Who's Sunnyville?
No,
Luamape, yes,
to
if
never
he
play
gets
a World
in,
Cup,
of course.
that'll be sad. But you know, if he doesn't get picked up or brought up at some time, so
Mm.
yeah.
Yes. No, I understand that. I understand that. So then let's move to the forwards then. I didn't see any shock goals or picks
I
here.
actually have an interesting view that Brody Retallick is in, and he's still injured. So
Yes.
the gamble there, it's a big gamble not picking Brody Retallick or picking Brody Retallick
Yes.
without Brody Retallick being fit, and leaving someone like Vaya Fafita and Liam Squire at home. Now,
Yeah.
I actually read up on this before this past week. Liam Squire made himself available only a week before the announcement, after withdrawing himself before the Rugby Championship. So I don't know if that was an influence on it, but Liam
Yes.
Squire definitely standing about 1 meter, 2 meters tall, 1 meter 90 or 2 meters tall. You know, he's quite a big guy.
He's a
quite
big guy.
flanker.
Yes.
Traditional 6 New Zealand wise,
Yes.
and great player, but left him at home. Via feeder, not there. Interesting player, interesting style of play, big lock, fast. Left him at home. No place for him. And then the one shock goal I think you missed is Owen Franks.
Owen
Owen
Franks.
isn't playing.
That was.
So
I don't know if it is such a shocking call because you you have a guy who played I think
108 test match.
108 test matches and you don't take him with, but he played through the whole
Rugby championship.
championship.
Yeah.
He played. He was on form. I don't know if he had an accident or injury or anything.
I read Steve Hansen said that they want traditionally bigger number 1s and number 3s. And
How
I
big
actually
is-
read a fantasy, and I hope this will make. I wouldn't even be mad if this happened.
Okay.
So let's say New Zealand progress to the World Cup final. There were a bit of injuries because you're allowed to call up players and bring
Yes,
them into the
yes,
squad. and stuff.
definitely.
So imagine Owen Franks sits on the bench, gets 10 minutes. You know, New Zealand down by 6. You know, Owen Franks gets a move, dives over under the post, takes a conversion, slots it himself. 7 points to his name, New Zealand wise, last test match ever. Because he has 108 test match to his name, never has ever scored a try.
Never scored a try. Yes.
How would that be for a career-ending moment?
That would be good.
That'll be a
Uh,
fantasy. I think
that
that'll be cool. That'll be really really cool.
That would be very cool. So yes, okay. Karen Reid, no surprises there.
Yeah.
Of course, the captain, Adi
Obviously.
Sevilla, Sam Kane, Matt Todd, Luke Jacobson, Scott Barrett, Sam Whitelock, Brady Retallick, Patrick Tuipolatu. If I hope I said that right.
Sorry once again.
Yes, Nepu Lala. I think that's yes. This is quite interesting names. Angus Tavau. Then I think it's
That's why they
Ofa.
reread it. That's why he's reading it.
I think it's Ofa Tun Gafasi.
Awonga Tungafasi.
Yeah, you see, you said it better. Joe Moody, that's an easy name. Atu Molly, Dan Coles, Cody Taylor, and then Liam Coltman.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that you mentioned with Owen Franks not being in the squad, I think that was the one shocking call for
Yeah.
me from the coaching staff. But another thing that I think really shocked me as well is the Brody Retallick. But if you look at traditional 4-and-5s locks for New Zealand, I mean, at a time where Ali Williams, I don't know if you can remember him, he played a ball of a game.
Yeah.
And for me, I think they're trying to get Brady Retallick back into the squad, even if he's not ready. They want him there for the experience as well. Talking to a guy like Barrett, talking to Scott Barrett, who's gonna play just as a
The
replacement.
enforcer,
Yeah, he's gonna be enforcer because you have Sam Whitelock there as well. So I think Brody is there for experience as well to talk to to Barrett and players
well,
like
it's,
that.
it's still a gamble if he because the report said that he can be fit and he can play if he recovers quickly enough. So the injury is not that hard
Yes.
that he sustained against South Africa back then. But I still think it's a gamble because now you're effectively taking 30 players, which again brings up the Lomope discussion.
Yeah.
That because Lomope is a utility back. So would you rather let Brody Retallick recover, and if you get an injury, then call him up if he's fit, or do you take 30 players, one player less already,
Yes.
and then take the gamble later on? Because all
That's a
regards,
good point.
I'm not a Brody Retallick fan. He's a good player. I'm not a fan of him. Hard player, plays the game well,
Yes.
knows his
So,
rules.
yes.
But is he worth the risk? Like, is he that good? Because how long will it take to be fit again or match fit again in the
Yes.
World Cup?
I think that's actually a
Yeah.
good point. On that note, just drop a comment below on a question, just a question of the day for this
Yeah.
team. Who would you rather drop and pick? So
Yeah.
out of this 30 odd team squad
yeah.
that was already announced, which one would you drop and which person would you actually call up? Because, like, for me personally, I would probably drop a person like Ryan Crotty or Sonny Bill
Yeah.
and get Lamape at in.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I would also pick Liam Squire rather in than out.
Yeah.
I think they're really going to miss him.
Yeah.
I actually think Liam can also play at a lock position.
Yeah, he's big enough and he's physically
Yes.
enough and he's strong enough.
So,
And that's definitely a reason to pick him.
yes.
And I think he realized what he did by withdrawing himself earlier, and he realized that he's good enough, fit enough, and yeah, I hope things work out for him because he's definitely a player worth watching. He's definitely a thorn in the side of South African sides.
Yes,
And,
definitely.
good player, respected player.
Yes.
So we hope the best for him as well.
Yeah, so that's the question of the day. Which player would you drop and which player rather would you put in the squad? You can just comment that below.
Drop a like, leave a comment if you like the video,
Yes.
and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next video close to the World Cup, speaking about stuff.
Yeah.
See
Awesome.
you guys again.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys.